Hey everyone, Video Game Lover here, and welcome to another edition of Games That I Beat. So today for this month, I finished a good bit of games. However though, I only finished 4 physical games. The rest are through emulation, so without further ado, let's begin. The first game that I finished was Conduit 2 for the Nintendo Wii. I'm in the minority with this game. I actually like this one a little bit more than the first game, and the main reason is I think the controls are way better in this game than what they were in the first game. And to be honest, I actually find Michael Ford to be hilarious in this game. Really weird what they did to this character in this game compared to the first one, but I really enjoyed Conduit 2. Had some frame rate issues, but this is a pretty solid FPS game, so I'm really happy to finish Conduit 2. Now, this isn't Warriors Orochi, it's actually Dynasty Warriors Volume 2. I have a hilarious story. So, for the longest time, I couldn't beat this game because I thought it was really hard. So I played, I forgot what the character was, I think it was Taishi C. And I got to like this one level, and it was so long. I'm like, why is this level so long? And then it turned out it was the last level in the game. I'm like, that's it? So just like the first game, it's only 5 stages. So it's still a pretty solid game. I really enjoy the Dynasty Warriors Volume 2, even if it's really short. So I thought that was a solid game. Next up, we have Ninja Turtles for the PS2. This is a fun beat 'em up. My one issue I have with this game is that some of the levels can go on a little too long, but everything else is pretty solid. The gameplay runs very smooth, controls are really good. I actually take back what I said because I'm recently playing Ninja Turtles 3, and that game is pretty good. So the only one that was pretty bad was Ninja Turtles 2, but I really enjoyed playing through this game a lot. And last but not least, this just barely made it to the deadline. Jurassic Park 2: The Chaos Continues. Well, I mainly finished it on the Vita. This game is unbelievably hard. One of the toughest Super Nintendo games I've beaten in a while. I strongly recommend playing this game emulation first and then play it on the real hardware because this game is really hard. The music in this game is amazing. Seriously, the music's some of the best on the Super Nintendo. But regardless, this is still a good game. One of the better Ocean games because they're notorious for making bad games, but still a good game though. So I finished a few PSP games, and the first game that I finished was Undead Nights. Basically, this game is like Chaos Legion, where you do the fighting, but you also have like an army of zombies that also helps you with the fighting. It's kind of like Pikmin in a way. That's what it is. It's like Devil May Cry meets Pikmin, because your zombies will either destroy bridges, build bridges, destroy enemies for you. This is a really solid hack and slash game for the PSP. Runs really well, but I feel like the character roster is a little unbalanced. There's this one guy, he's super powerful, and then the other 2 characters are just really hard to use, so the character roster is a little unbalanced, but it's still a really solid game. I highly recommend Undead Nights. I also finished Rainbow Six Vegas on PSP. It's a very short game. Not a bad game, but it's very, very short. There's really nothing a whole lot to talk about that game, so really nothing to write home about. So I ended up finishing 4 other games, which I'm going to show you on the screen. I finished Guardian Heroes through the Sega Saturn emulation on my Series X, and a great beat 'em up, but unfortunately a lot of the Saturn games don't run very well on my Series S, which is unfortunate, but I had a great time with Guardian Heroes. I finished Gunfighter 2, which is a really underrated rail shooting game. It's a sequel to Gunfighter, much harder than the first game, but it was only released in Europe for some reason. Yeah, it was only released in Europe. I don't understand why, but it was a great game. I really enjoyed Gunfighter 2. I finished Gungrave. I thought that was a really solid game, but it was way, way too short for my liking. But it was still a great game, but a little too expensive for my liking. So yeah, those were the games that I beat for the month of September. I want to tell you this right now, October, it's slam-packed. I already finished about 10 to 11 games already. of the month of October. We're only in, what, the 13th, 14th day, so hope you guys enjoy this video. This was a little short because I didn't really finish that many games, and some games I was replaying, like Pokemon Platinum. So thank you guys for watching this video. Video game over for today. See you guys later. Peace.